Hello, it's DelusionDispeller here to talk to you more on the topics of how to heal. Today's topic is going to deal with healing, um, but it's going to be talking about being in a job situation because many of us work. Many of us, probably most of us, I would say, have jobs. I may be working 2 jobs pretty soon, I'm not sure. But I wanted to share some information about the last job that I just recently left. I was there about 2 months, and the verbal abuse and harassment got so bad that I finally said I had enough because I had another job lined up for me right away, anyways. So, the type of job I was doing was working for a wholesale club. I was working in the cafe, and basically, there were like 6 or 7 people there when I first started working. And in the second week that I was working, 2 of my very favorite people that I got along really well with left, leaving me with 3 of the worst people to work with. Maybe 4, but he wasn't a bad guy. He was just very slow at what he did. He was a newcomer. Anyways, the 3 people that I worked with, we will call them Anna, Hugh, and Mary, okay? Mary automatically told me the first day I came to actually train on the job that she did not like people. She just blatantly put it right out there. I don't like people. I don't deal with people. I don't like them. Don't want anything to do with them. Now remember, this is serving food to the public, okay? Now she's back there prepping most of the time, but she does run the register and she does talk to people. So obviously she's being phony while she's talking to people because she doesn't like people. She had an issue, I guess, where her daughter didn't even want to live with her or stay with her very long, from what I overheard. So don't quote me on that, but obviously the lady was not putting herself out there to be a very likable character from what I could see. So that was Mary. Then there was Hugh. Now I must say, Hugh, for being someone that was not married and had no children and lacked in the interpersonal skills department, was very helpful to me. He at least would show me how to do things, even though he would later berate me when I messed up and didn't do them right. But at least he took the time to show me how to do things. Then we have Anna, who is kind of the queen bee of the operation. She had been there the longest. She was just an associate, but she pretty much felt like she owned the place. And she could run the place. I have to hand it to her. She ran that cafe like nobody I've ever seen. She knew where everything belonged. She had a method to everything. I admired the woman, actually. And I even kind of told her that several times. Probably a mistake on my part. Because if she happens to be a narcissist, which I'm guessing she probably had tendencies at least, I just fed her narcissistic supply source unknowingly and unwittingly. Anyway, so Anna got in a car accident. She came back and some of the people gave her flowers. I didn't know anything about it and I didn't have any money, so I couldn't contribute, of course. So my name wasn't on the card, which of course made me look like the one that didn't care or whatever. So anyways, she was gone out at the hospital or whatever, going through testing or whatever she was doing. And I was there on a day when the cash register broke down. So the guy came in, he was fixing the register while I was serving the people on the other register. And I got used to using the register on the left. So the next day, she came back from the hospital, and I accidentally rang something up on her cash register. God forbid. All Hades broke loose. She glared over my shoulder at the register screen and said, "Why is there that on my register? Why do I see that on my screen? Are you using my register to ring up people? I don't want anybody in my register." And she came around and she started kind of moving the drawer and directing me and whatever, saying, "I don't want you in my register. I don't want anybody in my register." Well, that was it. I had had enough. Honestly, it wasn't just that straw that broke the camel's back. I had been made to clean that cafe for about 8 times on my own. And if you don't know what that's like, let me describe. You have to take the pop machine apart, like the trays where all the pop spills into and whatever. You have to squirt them down, wash the wells out where all the nasty sticky pop is, and then squirt that down and pour sudsy water in that. Then you got to take those trays you just cleaned, and you have to bring them to the back room, into the kitchen, and you have to squirt those off and wipe those down. And you got the 3 sink, set up back there. So you got to wash them, rinse them, and sanitize them, and rinse them again because the sanitizer leaves a residue. Okay, so if that's not enough, you have to take all of the pizza pans that you make the pizzas in, the ones with the holes and stuff, you got to wash them. You have to wash the flat pans that you put the pizzas in. You have to wipe down the yogurt maker, make sure it's filled with yogurt, make sure there's up-to-date cartons of yogurt for the next day. You have to empty out the pretzel making thing with the butter in it and the brown sugar and everything. Not brown sugar, but the cinnamon. You got to clean all that out, take all the nasty sticky papers out of it, dump those out. Do all of that, clean the whole entire cafe, wipe down every single pizza shelf that's there, every piece of metal shelf that's there. Make sure everything is gleaming and sparkling and whatever. And then you have to squirt the floors down and squeegee them. And okay, this is not a bad job, but for one person, that was ridiculous. They finally decided to bring a few people in because corporate had come to visit. And with 5 extra people helping me, we still did not get out of there till an hour and a half later. But yet they had one person doing all this. Okay, so when Anna flipped at me about the register, I was done. I had had enough. Most of the time, when I had to go on breaks, they had to pull the cashiers off the floor to come and do the cafe job. They did not like that. They were not trained to work the cafe. They were trained to work cash registers. So this company, like so many other goofy companies, instead of hiring new people, why don't they pay the ones that are working more? I don't know. They just keep hiring people. And after a while, I guess I kind of understand why. The turnover rate there was ridiculous. People left right after I left. So, what are you going to do? Anyway, on the job, you have responsibility to take care of yourself and not put up with abuse. If you're being abused, immediately start looking for another job. Because I have confronted the powers that be at this company, and they do nothing. They have not reprimanded this woman. They have not done anything. And this is the second time I've worked for this same company where somebody was abusive to me and nothing was done about it. Other than it took a year and a half to get the first narcissist out of this company. And it wasn't even this company. It was a company that worked with this company. So, yeah. Take care of yourself. You owe it to yourself. You do not have to work a job where you're being abused. Period. Don't do it. Find a new job. Start looking for alternatives. You don't deserve that. You don't need to be a rescuer or a martyr at work. You don't have to be stuck doing all the work. That's not fair to you. It's not fair to any one person to have everything heaped on them. And if they're doing that, you need to get out. Try to maintain good relationships with people. I was always kind to Anna and Hugh and Mary. However, at that point, I wasn't going to get into a fisticuff with her or a verbal match with her. I just left. So no, I'm not working at that wholesale place anymore. When I do go in there, nobody says boo to me other than the people that I was friends with when I was in there. I'm working a new job selling class rings now with my best friend, and I'm liking it very much. I may be taking on a second job doing samples soon, but I'm not sure if I'm going to or not. My boyfriend's doing very well. He's working making chicken wings, and he may be taking on a second job with a electronics company. So that's an update on me, but it's also a mandate, or not a mandate, but a suggestion that you definitely take care of yourself on the job and do not put up with being mistreated, period. You don't deserve that. Find a new job, start looking now, so that you have something to fall back on so you can just walk out and say, take this job, and well, you know the rest. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.